Weege show here. I'm going to talk to Valentin in a moment, but that's not what everybody wants to talk about. I got my man Michael Antonovich because eyewitness. We were all waiting. Haiden Deegan has gotten in the face of so many riders after races. It has never been more necessary than now. He didn't do anything in the tunnel. And then you ran down here to the pit. The two trucks were parked across from each other. Nothing happened.
I literally left my family. Like, I never get to watch a race with my family,
Yes.
my dad, my brother, my wife, my
Yeah.
kid, all of that. And I was like, 5 minutes to go. It's about to get great. I got a dip. Came down here. Nothing.
No drama.
No drama. A little bit of like, I honestly can't even think that they looked at each other that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see.
Hey, that's eyewitness account. Thanks, Anton. So this show brought to you once again by Racetech. Seminars coming up in California. Suspension seminar, engine seminar, shop steel seminar, which I really need, and an advanced class as well. All the month of November in California. Go to racetech.com/seminars. Find out not just what, but why. They will teach you all the secrets and make you smarter. What other company is going to do that? Racetech.com. Look, I did the Racetech.com morning Weege show today, and at the very end I said, a lot of analysis of this track. I tried to show the different soil, the different obstacles, and how they tried to make it not the St. Louis Supercross. But the big question was, okay, different or not, would it race well? And I have said this, just so you know I'm not corporate shill that automatically says everything that happens out here is awesome. I have said this multiple times in multiple forums. It is really tough to have 50 years of Supercross and 50 years of Motocross and then suddenly develop something that's not quite either and have it be better than those. And I think that's what the case we saw at the beginning. Different track, maybe a fun track to ride, cool to see something different, but when you spend 5 decades plus building Supercross tracks, it's hard to invent something completely different that is actually going to race better than those. And those first motos, there just wasn't a lot going on out there. And I certainly respect the dedication to the hybrid Supercross motocross idea, but you're running a thin line between a better way of doing it and a not better way of doing it. And the way those first motos went, it was like, maybe it would have been better if it was just a Supercross track. Now, in the end, it ends up being a dramatic night because what the heck? Like I just talked about with Michael Antonovich there, Levi Kitchen. Is it what the heck or is it not? I don't want people to get this confused. I am not endorsing that behavior. I'm not endorsing takeouts. I'm not saying Deegan deserved that. But at the same time, and this doesn't come from me, this comes from many, many, many ex-professional racers who have battled for titles before, have told me it's harder to win a title when you don't have friends on the racetrack. I don't know if that's why Levi Kitchen woke up and chose violence in that second moto, but let's be honest, Haiden Deegan has talked trash on every single rider on that gate for the last 3 years. He brake checks in corners. He looks backs at does look backs at dudes. He challenges them on social media. There was serious heat in the offseason between he and Levi on social leading into Supercross. How many times has the analysis been, dude, why don't these guys do something about it? They just let Deegs dish it out and they just take it. They don't do anything about it. Somebody did something about it. And he did it at the time it would hurt the most in a 3-round championship with $500,000 to the champion. I mean, that's going to leave a bruise, literally. And now Deegan's in a position where even if he wins the finale, he's not champion if Joe Shimoda gets second. And the way Shimoda's been riding lately, Shimoda could get second. Now, we also know because how aggressive Deegan is, there's a chance that Deegan will just take Shimoda out, which just adds to the drama. So this is how this actually works. This is how this actually works. We're jamming podiums in boxes for the press conference next week. Anyway, like I said, the racing wasn't super duper compelling. It didn't race as good as a Supercross track. It didn't. Cool, they did something different. But Kitchen ended up making it a wild night, and that's going to make to a wild Vegas, because I wonder what Deegan will do to make sure Shimoda doesn't get second if Deegan wins. But he's got to both win and slow Shimoda down or take him down. But whatever, with that kind of money on the line, hey, we built it up at the Salt Lake City Supercross finale. We said anything could happen. Sometimes we overhype it. But RJ Hampshire and Julian Beaumaire That wasn't hype. That was reality. Seth Hamaker lived it. It was his nightmare. So you put that kind of money on the line, just like it was in 250 Supercross, anything can happen. I had to switch arms here. They're cleaning this track up. As for the 450s, the Lawrence brothers are exactly where they were a year ago. They're 1-2 in the series. They're going to battle for the title again. Just, at this point, it's so crazy, it's so wild, it's so nuts for two brothers to be this good. And other things that, look, man, we're addicted to the drama, right? You know everybody's going to be talking about Kitchen and Deegs. People love it when, like, two teammates hate each other. They're also teammates. They're also teammates who, and brothers, and they have no issues ever, even when racing for the huge money and everything on the line. They've already proved it last year. But we've talked about that enough, so it's not news anymore, but it's still quite exceptional. See the track right now. That's the off camber. The dirt here wasn't, it was slippery, and I thought that might be like, well, if the obstacles aren't quite Supercross level technical separation, the dirt being slippery was maybe going to lead to that separation anyway. Not quite, but still ends up leading to a compelling championship. As for, that was the take. I got one more take of the Deegan thing. So we do the Twisted Tea Best post-race show ever, which you'll be able to watch probably Sunday afternoon. We'll have it up on this channel. Antonovich, they're saying that it's Antonovich, we found out last night. It's not Michael Antonovich. We've had it wrong for 15 years. He said there wasn't any drama there in the pit. There wasn't any in the tunnel. Adam Entignap on our Twisted Tea Best Post show said, you know what? I think Deegan was just like, yeah, dude, I've agitated all these guys for 3 years. At some point, someone was going to get me back. I can't dish it and dish it and dish it and dish it and then flip out and not take it when it finally happens to me. Yeah, this could be the difference between $250,000 and $500,000 in this world championship. But like I said, if you're going to dish it, sometimes you got to take it. And if that is the way Deegan felt, kudos to him. That is a very fair and balanced, mature take to be like, I've trash talked everybody. One of these days I was going to get knocked down. Maybe that's the way he felt, but it sounded like there wasn't nearly as much drama as you would expect. I mean, he was grabbing helmets with Beaumaire earlier in the year. Anyway, they're tearing this place down. That's the Weege post-race show brought to you by Racetech. And we'll be back for the live press conference and all that on Friday next week. But what I'm really interested in is Shimoda and Deegan, every time they're on the track, starting with practice next Friday, will Deegan run a wheel in on him, follow him in practice, try to mess with Joe, to scare Joe before the motos? Because at this point, he's got to make something happen. And Kitchen just showed everybody the type of thing you can make happen. Just like we saw at the Supercross finale with Hampshire and Hamaker. Look out. Bonus coverage. I mentioned this at the top. I forgot I ran into Valentin Guillot. If I interview a rider, I run it. Here we go. We have the Weege show here. Frequent guest of the show, Valentin Guillot. Unfortunately, you're on TV quite a bit, but not for the reason you wanted. Getting lapped at the wrong times, man. Like last laps.
Yeah. I think 2 laps to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I made a bad start on second moto.
Yep.
Justin Cooper blew up his bike on the first corner, and I was in his
Stalled.
rear wheel. Stalled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stalled his bike in the first corner, and
Yeah.
I was in his rear wheel, and then I was last and came back 16. So it was a good comeback, but I didn't want to go over my limit and crash for a stupid mistake. So yeah, it was okay. P13 on first moto. 16 second, 14 overall was good.
Little Supercross experience? Really? It's similar. So what was that like?
Yeah, for me, if they had a whoop section, it was a Supercross track.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm happy to be like on P12, P13
Yeah.
because I have only 6 days on Supercross track.
Right.
The guys have 10 years of experience and thousands of laps this year on Supercross track. So
Yes.
really happy to be there with them. So yeah, it's why I'm like, I hope the team understand that, and that if I practice good November, December next year, I can do some good results on Supercross.
That is the goal. Show the world you can do this. All right, that's cool.
Thanks.